Hi friends, how are you? It's Joni from Joni's Journals here on YouTube. First of all, I want to say thank you to everyone who has come over to my channel and has been subscribing and commenting. I'm in awe. I went from 31 subscribers, I believe it was the other day, or it might have been 37. And I am up to 53 subscribers. Woo woo, go me. I came back today for a short video. I had something else planned. We were going to make a tag for the hashtag Creep on June collaboration. And I had prepared one of Tim Holtz's paper dolls, covered it with matte medium, put on crackle paint. She came out splendid. And then I tried coloring her. And I went a little bit overboard. And now she's just a mottled mess, and I hate her. Well, hate is a horrible word, but I don't like the way she came out. So I figured, let me come back and I'll show you. We were doing the specimen slides the other day. I figured I'd show you what I had come up with and how I had finished them. Some of them are not complete. I don't have little tags on them yet. I have this pack of tags. It's Avery strung marking tags. They're plain white, and I figured they're about the right size to add to the specimen slide. I just haven't figured out. What I'll probably do is I'll spray them with Distress oxide spray and take away some of the glaring white, but I haven't tried it yet, so I'm not doing that. I can always come back and show you again. And I do know that we still need to finish up this box, the one that we're going to put the bottle in and we're going to add the bug to. I'm going to get to that too. But let me show you what I have, because I just felt like I didn't do a video yesterday. I went out for the day. Well, I went out food shopping. Not even food shopping, picking up my food shopping. Running around, taking my daughter to Starbucks. By the time we got home, it was 3 hours later, and put shopping away. When you do shopping like I shop at a month at a time. Or at least I try to get in a month's worth of supplies, not necessarily meats and stuff. It took me over an hour to put everything away. By the time I finally plopped myself at my desk, it was 4:15 and the whole day was gone. You'll have to excuse me if you hear Roger snoring in the background. He's having an awesome nap. But let me start off with this. If you remember the other day, I was showing you how you can make your own specimen cards and that you don't need dies and such. This is what I came up with. I took what we began on the video. We punched a hole and we laid the hole over the bug and put it over another piece of cardstock behind it. After I was done, I said, I have to put my money where my mouth is, basically, and show that you can actually do this without having a die. And so this is what I did. I stamped it, made it look a little bit grungy. I cut it down a little bit so that the bug was kind of in the center. It's not quite in the center, but hey, we're not perfect. We're crafters. And so this is what it looks like. I stamped a little bug on the bottom. That's the same bug that we're going to be putting into the box. And I put on here, appreciate the little things, because you have to appreciate what you have and know that you don't need everything to be able to make things. Okay, so this is how it turned out, front and back again, just for you to take a look. And I found what I was looking for. I was looking in the blue bag, if you remember this one. Well, they were in there. I knew I put them in there. These are what I'm going to call my own version of a collaged frame that I made using the Tim Holtz photos. You could use anything. You could use your own photos. I punched, with my square punch, I punched out an opening, and I glued the photo to a piece of cardstock. This was craft cardstock. You can use cardboard. You could use the backs of paper pads, scrap cardboard from when you go shopping. I'm great for saving corrugated cardboard. I went shopping yesterday online and I bought new sheets and new pillowcases for my bed. Well, I can't throw away good corrugated cardboard. So I took it and I cut it all up. I took the pieces that were the nicest. I didn't save it all because I just cleaned everything out last weekend. And I told myself I'm not saving tons of cardboard anymore. But scrap cardboard, it works. What I did was I cut this out. I punched the square hole, put the photo in the back. And then I put, this is washi tape. And I just applied washi tape and I wrapped it around. I don't know if you can see that it's two pieces. I wrapped it around the piece of cardboard, cardstock, and inked it up a little. You can use coffee. You could use shoe polish. You don't have to ink. And then I sewed it around on my sewing machine. You also don't have to sew. You can create little hash marks on paper. I'm devising stories for my Creep on June, so I'm not going to show you yet. You can make little hash marks with a pencil or a pen or a magic marker. You could just, I'm going to do it on the white part, go like this. And call that sewing. I don't know, can you see that? There you go. Call that sewing. I've done it. I had a sewing machine, but...
Sorry, I don't have an answer to that.
Oh, well, Alexa's chiming in. I feel like Julia, Camellia Crafts. I had a sewing machine, but it was a big, heavy-duty Singer, and it didn't like to sew on paper. But, so that's what you can do. And if you see, mine's not perfect. I cut it, but it's not perfect. So this is 1. This is 2. I believe you saw this one already. 3. And 4. I made them. I don't know what I'm doing with them yet. I had wanted to put them in a journal that I was making, but they didn't fit the theme. So they got put away. But if you remember, I'm trying to remember which ones we made. I think we did, nope, that's not the one. This is the one that we completed. We also, I believe, completed maybe him. Yes, because the window plastic, which I can't remember the name of it. I remembered this morning and now I can't remember. These are the ones we did. This is the one we completed. See, we have the little tag that we made. Okay, and we put the little pieces of ephemera on it. This was one I think I completed. I think I did it on my own. I think we only glued one together. But I went back and I added some ephemera to it. So that's those two. This is one that I did afterwards. And I used ephemera from Tracy Fox's Halloween Mega Matchbook Kit. Eyeball, because his eyeballs had to go somewhere, so they went on the back of his specimen slide. But that's how I decorated that one. This is a piece of ephemera that I cut in half to size it to fit my tag, and I did that one. And then last night I sat and I cut out my remaining bugs. And when I did, remember I told you that a 2x2 piece of vellum or whatever you're going to put inside the specimen slide will fit? Well, when I gave you that whole long story of how I centered them and everything, well, they weren't truly centered. And when I tried to cut them into 2x2s, it didn't work. So I put these all together only because in order to get my bug to show inside my slide, I had to do some manipulating. And some of these bugs, for example, I know this one, the piece of paper that he's on is actually shorter than 2 by 2. So I had to play with it and get it to fit so that they would show through the windows. So I did these without you, and I apologize, although I think I was just going to show you my completed ones. These two don't have the window plastic on top, but they're stamped and inked just the same as all the other ones are. This is that marvelous paper from Tracy Fox's Dark Compendium kit, MK4, which coordinates with the Halloween Mega Matchbook kit. It's a mouthful. I stamped them and inked them and did everything the same to them. You can see that I did that. And I put these in without the window plastic. And I kind of like the way they look. They're pretty funky. This is another one, but this one I did, actually, I put the plastic over it. This is one of the ones that didn't cut right. And that's the back of it. This one, this is the best. Remember I told you I had the figure 1 stamped on some of them? Well, to get the 2 by 2 and to possibly save the figure 1 stamp, I had to cut them to fit. Well, this is my upside down specimen slide because, hey, who says a specimen slide has to look like this? It could go this way, right? I think so. This is the only way I could get him to fit. And if you see, I luckily fit the figure 1. Because if I put him in upside down, like this, well, right side up, if I put him in that way, the bottom of his wings slid to the bottom. And there was no way to manipulate it short of making it a strip or cutting out the bug. I could have done that too, to make him fit this way. So this bug goes this way. And I don't think he's too bad. I think he's kind of cute. This is one I did today. I inked up the little tag. And this one, if you notice, I put the tag on the bottom. And here's my bug. You can see him through there. See? I left this side blank on all of them because, as I had told you the other day, you don't have to decorate them with ephemera. You can leave them kind of plain. And you can write on the back of them and mark for yourself when you made it, or you can even leave it if you sell your stuff or give your stuff away as a gift. Excuse me. You can leave the tag blank for people to write their own information on. So that's him. Again, it's the one without the window plastic. Okay, this is the Tim Holtz number strips and the field notes snippets. I remembered the correct name today. Here's another one with no window plastic over it. If you see, he's missing a little bit of his wing, but hey, once again, we're not perfect. And I inked to the back with my, what do you call it? Those little blotting stamps that I showed you the other day. These. Okay. You can see they're getting well worn and well used. And I'm going to show you this one. I'm going to save the other one for last. This one I put on the top, and it's done so that this part shows if it's hanging off. But if you want to pull your bulb pin up, and again, you don't have to use bulb pins. You can use string. I use the bulb pins because I have an abundance of them. When I first started crafting, I bought 4 million pounds of everything. And so I have a lot of bulb pins. And plus I save them when I get lucky enough. If I buy a garment from a expensive store, they usually, their tags are bulb pinned on. But that's that one. That's the back. And again, the field note snippets. And this guy, I was going to call him Lefty, but then I realized if I called him Lefty, he would be in upside down. So his name is Righty. I almost had him cut out correctly, and I moved him on the cutting board, and I cut the tip of his wing off. So in order to make up for that, when I stamped with my splotchy stamps, I stamped onto him as well in the empty corner. So you'll notice this corner is a little bit busy. So while righty is pushed well over in his little tag, this corner here wasn't left blank. Okay, friends, I'm gonna go. I just wanted to come and do a short video so that you guys wouldn't forget about me. I've been feeling the love lately. I've been getting some nice comments, and people are liking my crazy stories that I'm making up for the hashtag Creep on June collage collaboration. And honestly, I don't know where I come up with these stories, but I just try to find something that's a little bit spooky, but not gross or creepy. And I take my people, my paper dolls, and all the ephemera and stuff, and I match the story to the people, or I match the people to the story. So there's those. This is the one that we started making on our own, just using a hole punch. And these are the ones that I couldn't find. And I'm going to leave them on top because I found them. I'm showing them to you. This is another one of the paper dolls that I crackle painted. She's a little dark too. And I've been trying to fix her. But the story that she goes along with, she's supposed to be a ghost. So I think she'll be all right. I am going to show you the base of the tag that was supposed to go along with the lady who just looks like she fell in a pile of paint. I made the tag. Oh, he's kind of big. Okay, I'm going to lay him down. Using papers from the Dark Compendium kit, and I made it oversized. I say tag because I don't think I'll ever put it in as a page in a journal, although if you've been following along on the, let me see if I can get this, the challenge with, not the challenge, the collaboration with Tracy Fox. This is another tag I posted. This is one of my stories. The spooky twins roam at night searching for their dead cat. This is all ephemera from Tracy Fox's kit. Not her kid, her kit. I punched a hole in the corner and I added some strings to it. But getting back to what I was going to say, it's not a page, it's an oversized tag. And if you've been following along, these are some of the journals I've been making. This is the Coroner's Casebook, which has different pages in it. This is a folio that I created. All these papers are from Tracy Fox's Dark Compendium kit. There's Handsome again. That's a folio that I created. But I made this journal as well. And when I make my journals, I like people to just be able to write in them. So generally my journals don't travel alone. They will come with lots of pockets and lots of ephemera for my customers, or for you to decide what you want to do with the pages. I just leave. I don't mess with the pages. This is paper from the Dark Compendium kit and various other. There's Handsome again. I love this page. Can you tell? And that's another page. But I leave my pages blank. And that's from Tracy Fox's fragmentation kit. I thought the colors went well with the Dark Compendium kit. I leave them blank. I don't put anything on them. I don't even put pockets on them. I add pockets to the journal on the inside, on the outside, and sometimes I will make, if I can find one, let me just turn my little card around. This is the journal. I created this doing, I call it patchwork sewing. I collaged papers on. I took pieces from the pages of the Dark Compendium kit. I glued them down, not with a lot of glue because I don't want my machine to have a heart attack. And then I stitch around. This is a freebie from Tracy Fox. The black goes perfectly with her kit. I started to say, I don't like to have people have lumpy bumpies to try and write on. What I've begun doing is I've been making little ephemera folders so that I can send the ephemera along in the folder, and you can decide what you want to do with it. Flips up. This is an idea. Oh my gosh, I just realized I didn't ink the inside. An idea that I got from watching Margaret on Seven Plaza. And this is for an entomology journal that I completed. This is all Tracy Fox's kits. And I tuck in little things into it. This is an envelope that I made, but let's not get involved in this because this video was supposed to be quick. Let's just tuck this back in. And I make the little envelopes, and I always end up making much too much ephemera. You can see. This is one of Tracy's butterflies that I put, oh shoot, what's it called? I can't find it. I must have put it away. And I don't see the bottle anywhere. I'll tell you, I promise. This I embossed. This is using one of Tracy's fuzzy cut butterflies. See, I have all the names of the kits. I tucked them in so I would know what they were. And a playing card. But I take all the ephemera and I put it elsewhere. It's my feeling that we shouldn't judge what you do with your papers. Now, I was going someplace with this whole conversation and I just hit the camera. Oh, back to my tag. See, it's a tag, but it can also be made part of the journal. There's different ways. You can make a flap, a flip out, like this. You can glue this down. So yeah, it's a tag. I'm calling it a tag, but it's certainly larger than most tags. But like I said, it can be put in as an addition to this. I mean, what I was thinking of doing was actually adding it, not to my journal, but to my folio. I'm sorry, it's glaring. I have the flip outs on here. So who's to say that I couldn't add this as a flip this way? And I could create either a spine for it, like this. This is a spine that I created. It's, if you see, it's the edges of the pockets. I can't think of what it's called. Accordion. Make like an accordion spine for it and flip him out somehow. He doesn't have to be centered. No one says it's got to be that way. I could do it that way. I could take my grommets and my, yeah, what's it called? This, crocodile. And I could punch holes and I could put rings on it. I could hang it from here. So yeah, I'm calling it a tag, and it's a giant size tag, but it'll work somehow. But that's it for today, my friends. This is what could have been. So I will give you a preview of what is really going to happen. Oh, here's my little snippet labels that I put aside because they have dates on them. Oh, there's another one. I want to use them on my my coroner's casebook. I put them aside because they're dates. what should have been, if you notice, I dripped some red ink on here. I don't want to make anybody scared, but I just kind of want to make it spooky. So I dripped the red ink on here to make it look like blood. She was supposed to sit here. I'm not going to tell you any more than that, but I'm not going to give away my story. I'm working on another one, only she's not dry yet. I added crackle paint to her. You can see, I did it about a half hour ago, I think just before this video, and it's starting to crackle, but she's not dry, and I'm not messing with her. So that's it for today, my friends. I'll bring this little tag back in again. I probably will not do videos over the weekend. My family is home, and it's not because I'm taking time away from them. It's because they're very loud, and they're always around. I wouldn't get any peace and quiet. Tomorrow we have a barbecue. And Sunday, more than likely, I will be cleaning or doing something around the house with my husband. So I will see you again next week. Once again, thank you for subscribing, for liking, for commenting, and for just generally being nice. This is a lot of fun. I know that when school starts again at the beginning of August, I'm probably not going to be able to make a video a day. Maybe if I play my cards right, I could do a video a week, you know, and I will try. But I work with special needs kids. I get up really early in the morning, so by the time I get home, I'm exhausted. Although I'm trying to rearrange my schedule for the coming up school year, where I might be home earlier. That hasn't come to fruition yet, so I really can't say that that's what's going to happen. But anyway, hugs and kisses to all of you. Have a wonderful weekend. And if your weekend has already started, because if you're living in if you're in Europe, you might be 9 hours ahead of this. So I hope you're already enjoying your weekend or getting enough sleep to enjoy your weekend. Okay? Hugs, kisses, love. Thank you again. Have a wonderful weekend. And I will see you next week. Maybe Monday. And I promise we will finish this box, okay? And I have an idea for something else I want to do, but I always get well ahead of my brain goes faster than my body. And so I have a lot of wonderful ideas. By now, I should have completed the 12 projects I had decided I was going to do over the summer. And I'm only in my 3rd week of vacation. So that should give you a hint. All right, everybody, have a great weekend again, and I will see you next week. Love ya.